Noise, noise, noise. Very nice. All right. So I got two figures, two statues that match really well together. Iron Spider-Man, Armored Spider-Man from XM Studios, and the Green Lantern, also XM Studios. They match amazingly well. Unfortunately, I gotta adjust my display, maybe switch out this one and place Green Lantern right next to the Spider-Man. But they match really well. The coloring on, I think it was Gem Mint's review of the Spider-Man. He mentioned that it's a candy apple red color that they used, and instead of candy apple red, I guess I call it candy apple green because it's the same exact, very glossy, very shiny material, paint, and I guess gloss that they placed. Is it metal? Doesn't feel like it. Well, it's the same glossy paint that's on his bodysuit. So candy apple red on his bodysuit, and I guess candy apple green right here, right here. There's a variation with the colors. Right here it's glossy, and over here it's not, just to represent the actual formation of the construct. So right here it's forming, and right here it's actually in physical shape. So it's a variance based on the actual creation, the actual formation. It's nice. I mean, some people will complain that it doesn't match. Like you have this shiny paint here, and then over here it's not shiny, and over here it's not shiny, but it's has a lot of texture work, a lot of textures. It looks like an actual cloud or an actual explosion. Oh, they even placed a K51. So it's a nice little effect. Goes from a cloudy puff of smoke explosions to an actual physical shape. And again, the very shiny paint on his mask. The very shiny paint, very glossy, very shiny, very glossy. On his hands, same thing, very shiny, very glossy. Again, very shiny paint. It reflects light really well. If you got a light source, a lamp, a window, it reflects light really well. Unfortunately, the head itself does not have that same paint. It's only his chest area. So his chest area has that shiny, very glossy paint right in here also, but it stops right about here. Between here and here, it goes from the glossy paint to a regular flat, non-gloss paint. Again, some people won't like the difference in material, but I think it looks nice. Again, it represents the formation, the creation of the actual creature, of the actual I guess cyborg robot, Power Ranger, Green Ranger, rest in peace. It's really nice. Again, I can't emphasize enough, if you have a good light source, a good, a really large window, or even a small window, it's gonna reflect light really well. The glossy material, even on his boots, really shiny glossy material. On the emblem itself, a little bit of shiny glossy material. Not a lot, but it's there. Again, on his facial mask. Oh my god. Whoops. Gotta bend down. Not Sideshow, sorry. XM Studios. They do a really good job, a really detailed job. And especially when it's a crazy facial expression. Like, you can see the individual teeth. His tongue has a coat of shiny liquid material on it, so his tongue looks a little glossy and shiny. So yeah, they do a really good job with teeth, open mouth expression. Really nice, really realistic looking. And again, it matches really well, amazingly well, with the Spider-Man, because it's a very similar paint, glossy paint. It's not on this. This doesn't have a lot of gloss. This is more flat. But there's definitely a difference, where this is a slightly darker green compared to this, which is a lighter green. So there is a bit of variance, darker green and lighter green. And what else? Oh, their suits are very, very similar. I noticed earlier, this is like a netting, a mesh material. Like when you rub your hand against it, it's like a netting, a mesh material, which is the same thing as over here. It's like a mesh material on his hands and the side of his legs, on his hand. So it's like a mesh material, and then the rest of his clothing is like actual leather, nice and smooth, but you can feel like a mesh-like material here, and then over here it's nice and smooth. That's a nice variance, nice difference in material. And a big thing that I complained about in my Vampirella video, statue that I returned, a PCS Vampirella. It did not have any shadows and, shadows and shading, which I repeated like 100 times in the video. Again, that's the Vampirella PCS statue that I ended up returning. Like right here, this is not a shadow from the light above. This is actually painted in, actually baked in, where it has shading on his abs. So you'll have, a nice clear, oh, my hand keeps getting in the way. Certain parts of his chest are pure white, pure clear white material. And then his abs have that shading, that darkness that you would naturally have based on the muscles on your body. The shape and form of your muscles would have that shading, that the difference, the variance in coloring. So you'll have the pure white, dark spots, and pure white spots. Lots of shading, lots of shadows, which that Vampirella statue from PCS didn't really have any of. So yeah, this is really detailed, really photorealistic. There it goes. Again, all these shadows are not necessarily from the light above, they're actually painted in. Even though if I try to block off the light, you can see that it still has those shadows. Oh. I got lucky with the hair. I don't have any broken pieces, any broken parts. XM does a really good job with packing. Sometimes when you take a character's head portrait out of the box, the tiny edges would sometimes break off, and then you can either be very frustrated and try to send it back, or you can just try to fix it yourself with some glue. But no broken pieces on the hair. Amazing. Very happy with that. Again, super good job with the face, teeth, mouth, tongue. Super amazing job. And which I showed before, I almost got a 001. This was a 005. Only 299 pieces. Call it 300. I think this is one of the more rare statues that I have. I think the Spider-Man might be 700 pieces, so I'm not sure why this one is only 299, 300. It's kind of strange. That's maybe 600, 700 pieces. This is 300 pieces. The only other, well, I guess I have a couple. I got a Berserk Bloody Nightmare version. The regular version was about 1,000 pieces, and that version, it's only 150 pieces. They added a whole bunch of paint, bloody paint on the statue itself. So it has a lot of red variants, a lot of paint, red paint again. And that one's at 150. This one's 300, 299. But it's kind of weird that they made it so low. I know a lot of people are definitely going to want this one. I think they should have made it just like that, which is like 600 or 700 pieces. But they decided to go with only 300 pieces. Definitely worth the money. Definitely. And I believe it's 1,000 or slightly less than $1,000. So compared to statues on Prime One site, which are like 1,400, 1,500, going up to even 1,800, this is definitely worth the price. Again, I think it's like $1,000 or $900. And the amazing job with the candy apple green, that's super amazing. Like, once you have a good light source, I mean, it's really gonna stand out. If you want to see a good video of this same statue in daylight, I think it's Art Statue Collector. I think he has a really good video of the statue being outside directly in the sun. Yeah, if you collect Prime One statues, HMO statues, sideshow statues, like, I got basically everything. Like, I can almost compare this to like this freaking awesome thing right here. My Jean Grey Phoenix, or even my Morgan from HMO, XM Studios. Like this and this. Like I would compare them. That's how good, that's how amazing it looks. Like this, when you see it, it's like, wow, oh my God, how they do all those flame effects. Oh my God, it's so amazing. And then you look at this, it's like the same, oh my God feeling. Like they did a really good job. So much similar to the Spider-Man, of course. Especially with the fact with the Spider-Man, you can adjust his arms. You can bend them and stretch them in different positions. So it has a unique customization feature. But yeah, this is like, damn, oh my God, this is amazing. And definitely the fact that it's like 900, 950, maybe 1,000, but again, compared to Prime One Studios with their newer statues, which are like crazy expensive, this is definitely worth the money. Definitely, absolutely worth the money. Amazing. Again, if you're lucky enough to be able to find this one, again, it's only 300 pieces, and the Spider-Man, and put them side by side. Oh my God. When people walk into your collection room, they'll be like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Definitely worth the money. It has that pop, that shininess that I love on my Dante. On his sword, they place a fake plastic jewel, but it shines really well. And whenever any type of a light source hits it, it has that shiny, glossy look. So it really pops, really draws the attention from your eyes onto that one particular piece. Like this is the same thing. It really draws your attention, draws your eyes' attention to the entire piece, really, because it goes from the top with the glossy paint, his face, his legs, his feet, to the cyborg's chest. Really grabs your attention. And of course, Spider-Man, of course, another amazing statue. But yeah, this is definitely worth the money. If you can still find them. Damn, I wish I had gotten the 001 or at least the 002. Very good.